and welcome to Cannabis Marketing Live, all puff, no fluff. Today, I'm going to be talking about what I've learned from creating 50 episodes of Cannabis Marketing Live, all puff, no fluff. You ready to watch? Let's dive in. So, in the past, I started Cannabis Marketing Live in 2017. And during that time, I started off weekly, and then I quickly discovered it was a ton of time and I needed to move it to every other week in order to save my sanity and keep things moving along. I wanted to make sure that I was creating content and information. Sorry, I'm moving this over here. Whoop. I wanted to make sure that I was creating content and information that would be helpful to people in the cannabis and hemp CBD space. So in order to do that, I looked for people who were doing interesting things in the cannabis and CBD marketing space, marketing experts outside of the space, and as well as brands who are launching in new areas and looking at our market in different ways. Because as long as there's new people coming in and as long as the people who are here are working hard to lead the way, we are going to be successful. So I started with interviewing people. Christian Valdez from Traffic Roots bravely stepped up in the summer of 2017 to be my first guest. And that is how we all started. And that's how I started to be here today. So one of the things that I wanted to do is go over and share with you a few of the things that I learned when creating 50 live shows over the course of a few years. So the first thing, it has reminded me how much I love working in this space. The people alone, when I meet people and talk to them about what they're doing and talk to them about being on the show, it is very rarely that someone says no. And if they say no, it is because of their time and their schedule or because they're afraid of being on camera. I hear that a lot. If I can jump on and do live shows in front of all of you, then you can too. There's no reason to be afraid of being on camera. But what I love the most is that the people who are in the cannabis space are open to sharing what they're doing and sharing that information with people like you who might be owning a business or people who are just starting out. We all know how hard it is to start out and how many marketing challenges there are, or just even business challenges that are unique to cannabis or unique to hemp CBD that make it important for us to stay on top of these things as they continue to evolve and understand what's going on. So that's the first thing. It has reminded me just how much people really make the cannabis industry and how the people in the cannabis industry are all focused on helping others. So it's understanding people's why and helping them share their stories. Because there are a million interesting stories from behind every cannabis company. And so it's important to help business owners in that space share their story. So the second thing is that when I talk to my marketing professional friends, when I talk to my social media friends who are experts in what they do, no one has also ever said no. Even though I always make sure they know that you guys watching are in cannabis and hemp CBD. I have not had a person say no because of that, which makes me fully appreciate and have a front seat to just the open-minded acceptance of cannabis and hemp CBD in our country and in this industry. So when we look at what people are doing and what people around the country care about, people outside of cannabis are also very open to the idea of it, which when I started working in the cannabis industry in 2016 was changing. But look how much has happened in the last 4 years, 5 years now. It's changed quite a bit. So understanding and appreciating the open-minded acceptance of cannabis and hemp from people I know and from experts who have come in to talk about how you can use marketing, whether it's Instagram or Twitter or LinkedIn or what have you, how you can use that in our industry and use it effectively. So helping you guys create shortcuts to understand where the best content is. So that's number 2. So number 3 is letting go of the idea of perfection. So when I create live videos, when I first started, I took a class from my friend Stephanie Liu, the fantastic Stephanie Liu over at Lights Camera Live. And I took a class to just so I know all the technology and so I wouldn't have to worry. And then I practiced in a private secret Facebook group so that way no one had to see me struggling with technology. And then I did my first few episodes by myself. And then I brought in my guest because I wanted to make sure that I had the technology ready to go before I brought in the guest. But even with all that preparation, and even knowing that this is my 3rd year, that last year was my 3rd year doing it, I had more technical issues last year than probably the first 2 years combined. And you just never know what's going to happen during a live show. You don't know what you're going to be able to expect. And that's what makes it important to let go of that idea of perfection. Because rather than be perfect, you want to move forward. You don't want to get caught in that perfection cycle. But 2, it's also really important to be able to be flexible, right? Flexibility and being able to roll with something is going to help you a lot more than being focused on being perfect. And so if there is a technical issue, or if there's a challenge with audio or what have you, or internet connections, being able to know how to just be flexible and keep going is something that has been a really big thing with the show and with live video. Because honest to God, you guys, I live in a condo. They changed the landscaping day on me. So I had to adjust to the sounds and figure out what to do. For a while, 2 p.m. on Thursdays was UPS's favorite time to drop stuff off and ring my buzzer and ring the doorbell and get my dog barking. You know, even though I have signs on the door saying don't bother me, recording in process, blah, 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 stuff is going to happen. So you learn how to incorporate what's happening into the show. You learn to acknowledge it and move past it and work around it the best you can. And so for me, flexibility is more important than worrying about being perfect. And that doesn't mean that I'm not accepting that there's tech issues. When Annette McDonald from Easel came on to talk about important aspects of design, we had so many tech issues trying to share this beautiful presentation she made. And the reality is that both of us are used to being on live camera, and we just kept going and figured it out. Was it elegant? No. Was it super frustrating? And I still feel bad about it because she was live in Australia and woke up early. Absolutely. But you figure it out and you keep going. We're live. There's no point in getting upset, letting you see me get upset, and just turning everything off. There's no point. It's much better to just be real, acknowledge it, figure out how to best communicate the information to you that's going to help you keep moving forward and keep doing what you need to do to grow your business. So letting go of the idea of it has to be perfect. That's part of the fun of live. That's part of why I like doing this show with you guys watching, is that I don't have to worry about it being perfect because it's live. You know, and I know that none of us are perfect. So therefore, let's do the best we can, have fun while we do it. I think that's really, really important. And then one of the other things is consistency. So number 4 on my list of things that I've learned while doing 50 episodes is that it's important to be consistent. In 2019 was extremely busy. 19 was extremely busy with my clients, and I didn't have enough time, but I didn't. So as a result, I didn't make this show a priority. And I noticed it. It wasn't as much fun. It wasn't interesting. it was when I was able to get guests on, there just wasn't as much going on with it. And so last year when the year started, I decided that I would make sure that I went live and had a guest every other week, or this first and second Thursday of every month. And so that's what I did. And that's what made it possible to keep growing and keep meeting more people and helping more people tell their stories. Because that's my ultimate goal, right? Is to be able to help you guys and your businesses shine. And in order to do that, I need to be able to help share what I know and share what the industry experts know to keep helping and keeping that front and center for you. Another thing that I've noticed that I learned was my interview style. I get really excited about people doing really interesting things, right? I love it. I love to hear it. I love to see it. I love to share it with you. And I always want to know more. I want to know more about the person. I want to know about their business, where they got started, how they got started, why they got started, what's the psychology behind it. Tell me. But the reality is, no one wants to watch an interview done by the crazy dogs, the super energetic, a lab, right? No one wants an interview done by a lab. No one wants an interview done by, I don't want to be the Jimmy Fallon, right? But it's making sure that I'm balancing my excitement and my energy about the guest and what they're talking about with knowledge and information, and remembering that all of this is for you. All of this that I'm doing is for you. There's a quote that I've had on my computer, on my desk here, that says, it was said in one of the Fred Rogers movies recently, the documentary about him, not the fictional account of him with Tom Hanks. And what they said about him was that he always looked at his show he always looked at Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood as, it's not a show or a program, it's a visit. And so I think that that's something that's always really interesting when you look at people who are doing interviews and how people are interviewing and what their style is. Is this about me as the person interviewing? No one. I mean, you care about me, but thanks. I hope you care about me. But the reality is, I'm here to talk about the guest and to learn about the guest and to share what the guest knows and the value they're here to bring for you, with you, and to help them shine. And so in order to do that, it's not the show with the lights and the drama and all of that stuff, for me anyway. It's to let them tell their story. And then I ask all the questions that I want to know, just to keep things interesting and to get my questions answered, and hope that those questions help you. So that is something else that I try and take into account when it comes to interviewing. I don't know about you guys, but my first job out of college was as a newspaper stringer for a small, very small local newspaper. But in order to do that, I had to rely on my journalism skills and do interviews. And while the interviews, I recorded them, but while the interviews weren't used, right? It wasn't live, it wasn't video, it wasn't this, it wasn't that. It was something that I would listen to and then write an article about for the publication, but it still helped me get started with my interview skills. So, in studying those over the years as I've gone on has also helped me just consider how I'm interviewing and what questions I'm asking and what questions I think are important versus what other people might ask. That's part of what makes this show the show. So that is something else that I always keep in mind when I'm interviewing. And as I've gone through creating 50 episodes of Cannabis Marketing Live, I'm so excited. Episode 50, you guys. How did that happen? How did that happen? And how do we keep more going? So as I'm going through and looking at what I've learned creating 50 episodes, once again, you guys, the people in the cannabis industry and hemp CBD industry have stories to tell. The stories are interesting. The stories are important. Their experiences and what they're learning are important. And that is why I created the show in the first place, to help shine a light on them, their stories, and interesting information and experiences that they've had that we can then share with you and with others who are looking to get into the industry. People do not come into this industry, well, they tried to, but if they only care about money. You're not going to last, you're not going to do well unless you're an investor from the side, blah, 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 exception. But the people who are going to succeed are the ones that are creating a strong brand. The people who are putting a story behind their brand, who are putting a face behind their brand, the people who care about their customers and helping them are going to help build their own strong brands. Those are the people who are going to be successful, and those are the people that I've spoken with a lot over the past few years to get to these 50 episodes. And whether it's someone fascinating and amazing who's written books like Ashley Piccolo, or people who have built a CBD brand and launched it like Taya Thompson, there are a lot of different people who have stories and brands that matter and that are making a difference. And it's something that I love to see, I love to hear about. That's why I'm in the industry, is to help you and help more people and help you reach more people so you can grow as well. So like I said, people in the cannabis industry make this whole thing worthwhile. Understanding the open-minded acceptance and how that's changed over the years, and how my friends and people I know in social media and some of the other more niche marketing areas do not hesitate to say yes when I ask them. And it's the letting go of perfection and embracing consistency and embracing that flexibility to be able to roll with tech challenges and dogs barking and landscaping outside and whatever's going to happen. The internet cutting out on my guest, so then it's just back to me talking. You don't know what's going to happen. It's part of the mystery, but it's part of the fun. And then, like I said, making sure that who's being interviewed really has a chance to shine. And if that means me stepping back with my knowledge and experience to let them shine, that is definitely a part of it. So I want to thank you. I want to thank you for being part of this and for being part of this journey, as it has been 50 episodes of Cannabis Marketing Live, all puff, no fluff. Oh, and since I'm starting to reach the end of this and what I've learned and all of that, I've also get asked about these guys. My little dinosaur planter that I got in Austin on a girls' trip back when we were able to travel and do things like girls' trips, but you know, my little dinosaur planter, so that's that. And then the other one is my Wesley doll. My dog's name is Wesley from The Princess Bride. Here's Wesley from The Princess Bride. That is why he is here. So as I'm babbling and rambling and explaining things, this is episode 50. I see you, Amy. Thank you. This is episode 50. I've learned some amazing things, and I can't wait to do 50 more and get to talk to 50 more different business owners and marketing professionals who can shine a light on what they've learned in their experiences to make it easier for you, and share their marketing experience and tips and tricks that you can use to grow your business faster and more effectively. So 50 episodes. I'm going to add that. Thanks, Amy. 50 episodes. Cannabis Marketing Live, all puff, no fluff. Right there. All right, you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of this. I can't wait for the next 50. I will talk to you later. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you.